So if you're in a true reality state on the astral plane, let's take, for example, something like Christian heaven. And we'll go through that in full detail when we start talking about the astral plane in particular and the afterlife, life after death, and where our loved ones can typically be found. The model of reality that you see here on the back of this card does not invalidate any religious belief systems or any religious philosophies whatsoever. It actually incorporates them. But what I'm going to make very clear tonight are some of the misconceptions with religion. Things like Christian heaven and all the other great religions and their equivalents of heavens and their sort of opposites of those, the hellish sort of realms. We're kind of taught in religion that these are our places where we reside, an eternal life after death. This is not what I've come to discover as an out-of-body explorer. This is not what people like William Buhlman with 40 years of out-of-body exploration has come to realize. This isn't what people like Robert Monroe, also 40-plus years of out-of-body experience, sees in his experiences. Places like Christian heaven, the Muslim equivalent, Judaism, all the equivalents, including the hellish environments and the limbo environments and the purgatories, these are yet extensions of this illusion, of this earth sort of school. They're not our final destination. They are not our ultimate destinations. And this is one of the biggest misconceptions with religion. But I can fully understand how even the spiritual prophets of those times, say for example Abraham, when Abraham started having his own spontaneous out-of-body experiences, and if you read the Bible and any religious text, you will always see very clear examples of out-of-body experiences. Very clear. If you start having your own out-of-body experiences and you have these powerful emanations of light, vibrations, some of the other phenomena that's associated with it, and you start reading these religious texts and you start to see that these prophets were experiencing the exact same stuff as modern man experiences. Why would it just be exclusive to us today? It wouldn't be. People of those times would have been experiencing exactly the same thing. So I can just imagine Abraham sort of getting out of his body one night spontaneously. Maybe he got really proficient at it, so he was out of body on a regular basis. And Abraham, is there on the astral planes, and he's just kind of wandering around, and he's floating about, and he sees all these different sort of environments, and maybe there's this angel kind of, hello, trying to get his attention. Over here, come over here. And Abraham comes over, and this angel explains to him, this is one of the environments. This is the place that you'll come after death. If you're really good and you sort of follow these commandments, this is where you'll be. But if you don't sort of live a nice life, you see that place down there, and you don't really want to go there. So I can see this sort of thing taking place, because this takes place with out-of-body explorers all the time. We too can visit these environments without having to get stuck in these environments while still having this physical body attachment. And they do exist. Even things like unicorns, the tooth fairy, leprechauns, anything and everything does exist on these astral planes. You might think, well, okay, I don't know if I can believe that. Well, that's fine. You don't have to believe me. I'm not here to convince you of any of this stuff. And I think before I go any further, it is probably very important at this stage to introduce a very important caveat. Ultimately, all I'm trying to do tonight is to provoke your thoughts, to sort of inspire your thinking in different ways than perhaps you thought before. And ultimately, even if the things that I do say strongly resonates with you, strongly, deeply, deeply resonates with you, I still implore you to use the tools that I'll share with you tonight to find out for yourself, because no matter what I say, and no matter how much it resonates with you, it's just my sort of subjective experiences. So therefore it would only be yet another belief system for you. And we have too many belief systems in this sort of existence, way too many. So the only way we get to a place of truth, of true knowing, is through our own direct actions, through our own direct experiences. It doesn't come from listening to people talk. It doesn't come from reading books. These things can inspire us and can give us direction, but it doesn't give us the truth. And this is what's really sort of compelled me to go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole over the last 5 years. I now know I have a transparent method for discovering truth for myself. And I think that's very powerful, to have that in your hands and no longer have these sort of gatekeepers of religion and these secret societies and just society in general saying, leave it up to us. Have faith. We don't have to have faith anymore. We can know for ourselves our true heritage, who and what we really are.